The World Conference on Youth 2014, which was held from the 6th of May, came to a successful conclusion today with the adoption of the Colombo Declaration of Youth. Announcing the Colombo Declaration, Minister of Youth Affairs and Skills Development Dallas Alahaperum said that the presentation of the declaration was another achievement in Sri Lanka's post-independence history. The Colombo Declaration on Youth serves as a platform for youth on various avenues.
The official ceremony marking the conclusion of the World Conference on Youth 2014 took place this morning at the Sri Lanka Youth premises in Maharagama. Dr. Palitha Kohana, who functioned as the chief mediator in formulating the Colombo Declaration on Youth, presented the document to the head table.
What we have with us is perhaps not the perfect document. We cannot get a perfect document in the world that we live in. There are too many divergent interests, too many different interests to be protected and advanced. But what we have is a platform from which the interests of youth can be mainstreamed in the years to come. We can use the Colombo Declaration on Youth as the platform from which youth interests can be advanced over the years to come. We'll have to work hard. We have to make sure that what is in the document is now reflected in the work of national government, the international community, the United Nations and its agencies.
The Colombo Declaration on Youth presents recommendations for action based on 14 key areas, including inclusive youth-led development, realizing equal access to quality education, and gender equality. Based on the priorities identified, the participants resolved to move forward a number of recommendations, including calling on the UN Secretary-General to incorporate the Colombo Declaration on Youth as a significant input to mainstreaming youth in the post-2015 development agenda and make appropriate reference to it in his synthesis report. It also encourages member states of the UN to table the Colombo Declaration on Youth at the 69th session of the UNGA so as to acknowledge and welcome the recommendations made by it.
The United Nations will take this declaration and will take Colombo Declaration and we will look to the programs and the ask made to the United Nations and we will study them. We also think that it's not only the responsibility of the United Nations here, it's the responsibility of everyone. It's until we all feel our responsibility toward the consensus made here and the declaration reached, we will be able to advance youth situation around the world. This is not the finish line. This is not the end. This is a new process that you should take forward.
This does not end here. The Colombo Declaration on Youth can reap its benefits to the maximum if the policymakers and the youth work together, defying differences and glorifying sacrifices. We had 4 very precious days to look back, revisit and reevaluate our path so far. We brainstormed together as a group to make more sustainable, productive, dynamic and innovative future. My young friends of the world, we have set the platform for you. We are here to give you wings so you can fly out there to the world and lead us to the promise of prosperity and harmony. Starting today, right here, from this moment, spread your wings and lead the way.
Nigeria is set to host the next World Conference on Youth. Addressing today's event, the Nigerian Minister of Youth commented on the support extended by the delegates over the current situation taking place in the African nation.
My country, Nigeria, is appreciative of the support of the delegates, especially on the developments in my country in relation to the adoption of young girls by the terrorists. What I want to assure this assembly is that there is no government that will look the other way when its citizens are threatened. We have taken the necessary measures to ensure that these abducted schoolgirls are returned to their families.
Subsequently, the youth delegates and other attendees held hand in hand and made a pledge in line with the adoption of the Colombo Declaration on Youth.
Ensure that I'll take full responsibility and I will be held accountable for implementation of the Colombo Declaration on Youth.
A highlight of the ceremony was the official theme song of the YCW 2014, managed to liven up the spirits of the youth yet again for one last time.
The Sahara desert to the deep blue sea.